This is a follow-up to Inspire in Washington, D.C. 2017. So I'm back. I'm still in one piece. It was a fantastic 5 days. So what we thought we'd do is just give you a bit of an idea as to how we progressed through the 5 days and what we learned. So the first day that we got there really was Saturday, quite jet-lagged, but actually got stuck into a few meetings, meeting a few other partners. And then the next day really was about the networking with some of the Microsoft corporate, the Seattle team, and on the evening it was the UK reception, the welcome. So that's always a great time because it's all the UK people have just come along and it's like, hey, nice to see you again, bumping into some of the senior execs at Microsoft and also some of our fellow partners that we know so well now. And then it's about getting ready for Inspire itself, because the next 3 days you get a keynote speech on every morning of Inspire. And the keynotes really start with Satya on the Monday, and he's talking about the digital transformation areas that we're all aiming towards and helping businesses transform and move forward with technology, and how Microsoft is really innovating and how it's going to help us as partners take those customers there. And then after that, the next day, after the keynotes, it's always meet and greet all the rest of the partners. We like to do most of ours at the UK lounge. So we head to the Commons area, which is really, I think we worked out that it was something like 6 or 7 kilometers as a perimeter, and it had so many stalls there, you would never, you could get lost very easily. So the UK lounge was in the top right corner. It was really easy to see with all of the UK flags. And immediately as soon as we got there, we saw some of the partners that we wanted to connect with. Of course, before that, we've really booked 50% of our meetings in advance. We can do them in Connect areas or we can do them in the UK lounge, and we've scheduled them in our diary. But obviously while you're there, you can expect to bump into some partners that say, this partner would be really good for you to connect with and work together with. And the great thing about Microsoft and all the executives they are there to help. So you can just go to the stand, you can bump into, Paula and the marketing concierges. They were there quite a few times and they were helping take you to different locations and introduce you to different partners. So the networking was absolutely immense. The Monday evening, of course, there was another evening event. There was the Ingram boat ride. There were various other events going on. And of course, me, like the good person that I am, I was in bed by 10:30. There was a lot of the guys and girls that weren't. But I know when you're waking up for a keynote the next day, that's going to be a tough gig. So you want to be sharp for that. I was lucky enough to get into the Microsoft box that day, actually. And, I shared some views with some of the Microsoft executives. And I could see all about the commercial model that was being presented on stage, about the new commercial model, the way that Microsoft have changed the way that they work with partners. They are now going to build with us. They're then going to go to market with us, and then they're going to sell with us. Essentially what that means is that they will, if we've got something that we can build our own IP around or have a solution, they can work with us on that. They can lend a hand. It will be a different team that will, depend upon our solution, work with us on that. The next stage is go to market. Go to market is actually about how we can market our products. Would it be through the concierge? Would it be through workshops? Would it be through any ways of generating leads for our business in collusion with Microsoft? And then the final thing is sell with. And this actually is really cool, because what it means is all those barriers are broken down now. I can actually sell into corporate and enterprise space and have a Microsoft executive that can champion that cause, like a channel reseller that can work with me on our product and sell into either that location or that sector. And that is key, because no longer are those barriers of, well, we're not talking to corporates when we've got a product that we want to sell into corporates. We actually can now, and Microsoft want to help us do that. So I think that's going to be a real success for Microsoft. And then the third day was the final keynote, and that was all about the new technology that's coming out. So there's Office 365 now, but there's Office 365 Enterprise and there's Office 365 Business. So what that means is that the business edition is actually actually a combination of 3 of the key products. You have Office 365, you have EMS, and you have Windows 10. You combine all of those into one portal, makes it easier to manage, and the idea is that you will sell that and wrap around all your services. So, I mean, it's a great deal for Microsoft to develop that, and then with the enterprise version, you can wrap in all the other services as well. So the Office 365 Business, the segment is actually called SMC now and not SMB. So that's small, medium and corporates. So no longer is that ceiling of 500 users there. We can start selling into all of the large corporates with thousands of users. So that got us to the end of day 3 with the UK party and the whole party for the whole of Inspire. So much fun. We went to watch Carrie Underwood, who's a country and western singer, in a great big football stadium. I think the Nationals played there, so that was great fun. But I remained quite clean that evening and got myself up early because the best session of all was the UK regional session. The UK regional session is really hosted by Claire, Glenn and Laura and a few of the other key Microsoft executives, and they delivered some great stuff reinforcing all of the news about Inspire, about digital transformation, about how well partners are done, and actually the UK had some great winners of the awards this year, so congratulations to all of you guys. And then some super videos about how some of the partners have grown their estate and their Azure over the year and you know, just had great success with Microsoft products. And then we finish Inspire midday Thursday, and then we're off back to Blighty, or some of us actually enjoyed a road trip to Atlantic City, networking again and just having great fun. Well, we're back here now, and the time is right to put all of those things into practice, and that's exactly what we're doing. From day 1 on Monday, we got straight back into it, contacting all of our partners, our friends that we network with. We have Skype calls set up, we have meetings set up, and we're expecting to make a great deal of business out of it. So this year for me, Inspire was definitely the best WPC, or the best partner conference, should we call it, and I'm really looking forward to next year in Las Vegas. Thanks a lot, Microsoft.